I'm Jim Sacco. This is Tim Hayes. You may remember such things as History of Hayes and his elegant Back in Time feature of 2 years ago. Was that a series 2 years ago?
That,
that was fantastic. It was fantastic and
you
elegant.
Went back in time for that.
I did, didn't I? Didn't I? And hey, it's another edition of our ever so popular webcast.
Not award-winning.
Not award-winning, no, not yet. Not yet, let's put it that way.
Well, somebody will invent an award and give it to us.
That'd be nice, that'd be
cool.
nice. Like the world's best webcast or Virginia's best webcast. Or
I hope Gary Thompson heard that.
Yes, maybe Gary, get on that. Tim, you and I got into an interesting Twitter argument tonight while you're out at the Bry Sox game. You asked me what I thought of the Beach Boys, and I think you took me the wrong way. I don't dislike the Beach Boys. I would say that, I'm more of a psychedelic music. You're going classic rock. I'm more of a psychedelic.
I can understand that a little better than not liking the Beach Boys.
And I don't think Beach Boys got psychedelic until what was their
Pet Sounds?
Yeah, Pet Sounds. I think was really their first foray into the psychedelic movement of the 1960s.
Well, they're one of my all-time favorites. So.
Yeah, but
aside the Rolling Stones, I mean, nobody's been able to carry that over for 50 years. They're still touring and still putting out music.
But is Brian Wilson finally out of his bed?
I think he is.
Okay.
He comes and goes with the Beach Boys.
But I just want to make sure there is no ill feelings between us. That I'm not.
That's one of my favorite bands.
I don't dislike the Beach Boys. I'm more of a, if we're talking classic rock, I prefer the psychedelic. The Jefferson Airplane. Not Starship. And Pink Floyd and those kind of things. But
all right, glad we settled that.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we're on the same
I hope they're
page.
still watching after that.
Yeah, exactly. What were we going to talk about again? That's right. Justin Grimm. His second start of his MLB career is taking place Monday night at home once again. This time, though, Tim, not to insult the Astros, but let's insult the Astros for a second. Astros are not the greatest team in the MLB right now. He has not faced anyone the likes of Prince Fielder or Miguel Cabrera, has he?
No, he hasn't. But it's a good time to learn. I mean, you got to get your feet wet, and he got his feet wet, I guess you could say, last week against the Astros. 6 innings, 3 runs, 7 strikeouts, no walks. I mean, for a guy to come out and have a quality start in his MLB debut, I mean, that hasn't been done many times at all. And I think that'll help him going into this. I mean, he'll still be nervous, but not near the level he probably was last Saturday.
And you were down there in Texas, well documented, both on the Twitters and the onlines, and obviously in print as well. What did you like that you saw out of a kid making his first MLB start?
I just like the no fear. I mean, no walks. I mean, that just shows you're pounding the strike zone and you're going after guys. And I know a lot of guys, when they get up there, they don't know what the strike zone's like. They kind of nibble on the corners and don't go after guys, but he showed none of that. I mean, he looked like he had been up there for 5 or 6 years just attacking batters, and he gave up a first inning solo home run, but just shook that off like it was nothing and pitched well. Nibble,
a very underused word in English language, especially when it comes to sports. I appreciate that about you.
You're welcome. Well, if you hang around baseball people, they like to say that
Nibble,
all the time.
really?
You're nibbling on the corners.
I like that word. That's a great word. Tim, the good news for local sports fans, I think, is this game is not on a Saturday or Sunday. If you're subscribed to the MLB TV package, you're going to be able to get it.
Yeah, that's kind of weird that they didn't televise it. Kind of frustrating, too. I mean, we get Dallas Cowboys games all the time during football season. I don't know why. Rangers-Astros game that was sold out. I know they black out games sometimes when they're not sold out, but it was a sellout, so I don't.
Well, there was an interesting article that I tweeted out earlier from today, actually, from Yahoo, which talks about that issue with the blackouts. And I was a former subscriber to MLB TV. I think what the big thing is weekend games, especially Saturdays, whether or not they're in your region on Fox, they still black them out, which just shows really how archaic MLB, when it comes to blackout restrictions, can be. I mean, because you could be out of the market if you own the NFL Sunday ticket. If you're out of the market, chances are, well, you're getting that game guaranteed, whether it's blacked out or not. If you're out of the market,
it'd be pretty cool if one of those Fox Sports networks around here picked up the game as well, but I doubt they will.
Yeah, we can all hope.
I think we get FSN South and Fox Sports South. It'd be cool if they somehow a cable provider could get the game on, but we'll see.
I've been looking for an excuse to talk to wife and let me get an MLB TV package again, so this might be
get it Sunday.
A good one.
Or Monday.
By our count, by your count, he may be facing Justin Verlander.
Yeah, 2 Virginia guys going at it. Verlander, in my opinion, is the best in the game right now. I mean, you got Jared Weaver, Clayton Kershaw, but I think hands down Verlander is the most dominant pitcher in the majors right now.
So here's a guy that you covered in high school, Justin Grimm, going up against a guy that I had the opportunity to cover once in high school when he was at Goochland in a Region B championship game, or Region B, semifinal against Clark County back in, 2000. 99, 2000, 2001, I don't remember now. But I remember that game. It was for Clark County. It was a 2-hour trip to Goochland for like an hour and 10-minute game because Verlander lost in a game that had 3 total hits. I believe for Clark County it was I can't remember the kid's name. We're going back a long time.
I think it shows. I mean, a lot of guys from Virginia in the majors. The Upton brothers. You got David Wright with the Mets. Verlander, now Grimm. I mean, pretty good for the Commonwealth.
Your opinion, Tim? I know it's only one start with another one on the way. What do you think he has to do Monday to stick? Or is it kind of out of his hands whether he sticks?
I think it's out of his hands just because they're going to have so many guys coming off the disabled list. They got so many veteran arms there. I mean, it's going to be hard, but I think if he goes out and throws 6 strong again, I don't know what they'll do. They might put him in the bullpen, or they may not want to hinder his development and make sure he pitches every 5 days no matter what, and send him back down just to make sure he stays in that rhythm.
It'll be interesting to see what happens, especially if he has another solid quality outing like that.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me is he hadn't pitched in about, I guess it'll be eight days between starts. We'll see if that affects him any. I know he's been doing some bullpen side work. There was a chance he could have pitched in relief against the San Diego Padres earlier this week, but they're so bad, Yu Darvish shut them out for 8 innings, or shut them down for 8 innings, and he didn't get a chance to come in. So.
And it looks like no matter what happens, at least after that one start, we'll see what happens because MLB fans can be a very fickle bunch.
Exactly.
We'll see what happens after Monday's game, but after that, his first start, the Texas Rangers fans seem to kind of fall in love with him over the course of the night. They coined him, they gave him a nickname, the Grim Reaper, which eventually was shortened to just the Reaper. So, one start, it's already got a nickname. And but hey, Tim, anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah, you sound pretty sick. So
yeah, I'm gonna thank you. I'm gonna need that. That's gonna be murder on my nostrils, isn't it? I prefer the puffs with lotion and maybe Vicks because it kind of cleans you up as you know what I'm talking about.
Well, we go cheap here.
Yeah, so we do. It's like blowing your nose on a piece of bark. But anyway, Tim, thanks for joining us again, and make sure you're going to follow that game online, someone's going to follow the game online. If it's not Tim, it'll be just the Bristol Herald Courier or at BHC Sports Twitter, and then obviously in print on Tuesday we'll have a little something on how Mr. Grimm does. But Tim, thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Get some rest.
I will.